Welcome to video number 6 on our 10-part video introduction to CapCut video editing on mobile. So we have already looked at 5 videos and we are getting into the next 5 to complete our tutorial. So in this video we are going to be looking at how to add filters and color grading to make our video pop, to make our video better. Color grading is a whole concept and is actually a full-time role in a video editing team, but with CapCut you can be able to achieve very good colors even without knowing much about color grading. So we are going to explore the color and filter tools right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on any clip. I'll preferably click on this so that you can be able to see the difference very clearly. So when I click on this clip, down on my tools, I'm going to scroll towards the right until I find adjust. Now of course you can see we have adjust and we have filters, but I'm going to start with filters and then later go to adjust. So if I click on filters, you can see that even within filters you have the adjust option just there. This is the filters and this is adjust, and elsewhere you have video quality. Okay, so under filters you have some standard filters that are there which you can just use. For instance, what is recommended to me now, the first option is 4K. If I click on 4K, you see how the video is changing. If I click on bokeh, you see how the video is changing, so it blurs the background. If I click on this, so you have to make sure that the color tone matches what you want to present. So you move until you find a perfect fit. So depending on the kind of video, it could be just a section of the video that you want to color grade. It could be the entire video that you're working on that you want to color grade. You can select the specific color here, but I think this 4K was good. So let me take it off, pick it back on, off, on. Yes, it makes the video better, and of course you can control it here. So I can move the effect to the maximum, that is 100, and down to 0. So it makes the video better, because this video was actually shot with the front camera of my phone, which is not as good as the back camera and maybe even poorer compared to other cameras that other professionals would use for their video creation. So if I'm okay with this, I can just tick and that is going to be saved. So you can move towards the right to see more options. If you move towards the right, you can see pro, live, landscape, movies. Are you seeing all of these? And if you're using CapCut Pro like me, you have all these options that you can be able to use without paying an extra fee. So I'm okay with 4K. I'll just tick. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at how to manually manipulate different aspects of the colors, which include the brightness, the contrast, and the saturation. Those to me are like the most important. So I'll go to a different video clip, this, and I would go there. What I'll do is I'll slide again, go to filter. Of course you can just go directly to adjust, but you see filter and adjust are just by the side. The tools are grouped because they basically help to achieve the same thing. So I already started manipulating this. I'll just click on reset right here to reset whatever manipulations I've done. So it's going to go back to the default. So that is the default color of the video. Now under adjust, if you're using CapCut Pro, you have auto adjust available. You can just click on auto adjust and it's going to look at your image and try to do an auto adjust on all the color tones, but that does not work for me. I will reset again, and I want to show you the contrast, the saturation, and brightness. So if I click on brightness first, you can increase and decrease depending on when the video was shot. You may want to increase it a little bit, otherwise you may just leave it at the default 0. So that is 0. Contrast increase the difference between the whites and blacks. So you can see, try that out, and it looks different and it may work differently depending on the kind of video you have. So there is no standard like saying that you should increase by 5 or increase by 2, by 3. Just like brightness, you have to be looking at the video that you're working on. So you use your eye and you judge. So I'll go lastly to saturation. There are many others. So saturation is the intensity of the color. So if you reduce all the saturation, it turns to black. Probably you have seen this in a video where a video is playing and then there's a certain portion that is just having this black. You can cut and trim. You have a section of the clip that you just reduce the saturation, and that is it. I'm sure you've seen it in some of my videos. So I can increase the saturation a little bit, and of course you have several other things that you can manipulate, but if you don't know how to use them, you may just leave them. I often use sharpen. I often also use highlights and shadows. See, but you are going to experiment and see what works for your project. So at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you are creating a very cinematic look, as it is called in filmmaking. A cinematic look that speaks what you are trying to display, because there are moods that can be generated using different colors. Like if you watch ancient movies, it's not like the movies were shot actually in ancient times. They were shot in current times, but based on the colors, you can now know that that movie is an ancient movie. A movie can be created this same year and it looks like a movie of 50 years ago, but it's just based on the colors that we're choosing, the night colors, the day colors, and every other thing about the environment. It makes the video better and communicate well. So once you're done, you will just click on tick and it's going to apply. And one more thing that you should know is, if you want to apply this to all, you're going to click here. Sorry that my arrow is being covered. You're going to click apply to all. So all these manipulations that you've done, if you have several clips in your project, you simply click apply to all and it's going to be applied to all your clips. How wonderful is that? So I'm just going to click apply all and you see apply to all. So all my clips have the same setting. If I adjust it a little bit again, I can just apply to all. But if you have different scenes or different videos that you want to have different colors, like clips, different colors, then you would manipulate them separately and not choose apply to all. So I'll tick this. So in the next video, we're going to see how to create motion effects using keyframes, or how to animate clips. It could be video clips, it could be text clips, or any other object on your scene using keyframes. See you there.